Guys, hello and welcome everyone back to another YouTube video. Now guys, in today's video what we're going to be doing is we're going to be teaming up with AutoBrite and also J.S.Detailing. I'll introduce you to Jamie Squire in a second, who runs J.S.Detailing, but essentially what we're going to be doing is cleaning up my car and making it look 10 times better. Now me and Jamie were going to do this on my old car, but because obviously issues happened basically as soon as we were going to do it, I got rid of that car and we've now got this car. And at the minute it is looking, if you look up close, it is looking pretty bad. But yeah, we're going to be giving it a full-on clean. I'll introduce you to Jamie in a second. He'll run through what we're doing. But it's going to be kind of weird because obviously normally I record and I clean my own car. Now I'm nowhere near as good at detailing and stuff like that as Jamie, so it's going to be kind of nice to be able to film him doing my car. So you know, obviously I can show you some techniques and actually make spend a bit of time making a decent video for you guys. But make sure you do go ahead and follow Jamie on Instagram. I'll leave all links and stuff in the description. He has like a pretty good following on Instagram, loads of techniques. He tries out loads of products from different companies, but mainly today we're focusing on AutoBrite Direct. So this video has been kindly sponsored by Cloudburst. Now Cloudburst is a high pressure odor eliminator that gets rid of all odors that can be used in your car, home, office, clothing, footwear, or anything like that. Pretty much it can be used anywhere. Now the scents are inspired by popular brands such as Creed, 1 Million and Savage. Now the fragrance lasts for ages and kills all odors. Now I personally love the 1 Million one because I actually wear that myself as well, so to make my car smell like it is pretty cool. Now they sell them individually, but you can buy them as a bundle of 3, which works out a lot cheaper. And also if you use my code BB10, you also get 10% off as well. So make sure you click the link down below, which will take you there to their website, but you can also check them out on Instagram as well. Now one last thing before we get back into the video, if you do go ahead and buy these, make sure you tag me in your Instagram stories and I'll be sure to reshare it. So guys, this is Jamie Squire. I've known him for literally years, haven't I?
Yeah,
and ever since I've got into cars, he obviously started his detailing stuff. We always wanted to do some sort of collab, and we're finally doing it. So he runs J.S.Detailing, don't you?
Yes, I do. Been detailing for a few years, sort of got into it, enjoyed cleaning my cars, decided I can turn this sort of into a bit of a business. Really enjoy it, and as Brett just said there, I run a detailing YouTube channel and also a detailing Instagram account where a load of like-minded people, whether you know a lot about detailing or not a lot about detailing, you can go on there, find some satisfying videos, see sort of product reviews and everything like that, and also sort of chat to other detailers and chat to other car enthusiasts and sort of get to know a little bit more about cleaning your car.
So what sort of are we going to be doing to my car today? What sort of type of wash are we doing?
Okay, so today we are going to be doing what I would describe as sort of like a full detail, no paint correction involved apart from a pre-wax cleanser and also a wax. So we're sort of going to obviously clean the car, do a nice safe wash, okay, using a citrus wash, so a citrus pre-wash, and also a snow foam. We're then going to go in with what I would describe as a light decontamination, so we're going to decon the car like any other car apart from doing a clay bar. We're then going to go in with a pre-wax cleanser, and then we will then wax the car with one of their lovely blends waxes, which is one of their amazing Carnauba waxes. So that's going to give it a lot of shine and also a lot of protection. We're also going to take care of the interior today, so it's going to be just have a nice clean up. You keep your car relatively clean anyway, so it's just going to be sort of a hoover out, a wipe down, and also just to put some protection on all of those interior plastics.
And also, another thing I've realised that Jamie uses, and also he's hooked me up with them, is like these hose, what are they called?
Detail Guards hose locks.
Detail Guards hose locks. Now these are pretty cool because they basically, I'm pretty sure if you wash your car, you're going to get your hose stuck. So he's hooked me up with them, so I'm looking forward to kind of using those, but it just should make it a little bit easier to run around the car with a hose. So before we get into it, I must just say that I will be kind of shooting some content for his Instagram account, so make sure you go check it out, and I'll be sending over some videos and photos and stuff like that, so make sure you go show him some support on there, and also say you came from this video as well. We're going to be starting off with the interior, so if you can kind of just run over what we're actually going to be using.
So these are a few of the interior products that we're going to be using today. We've got Revive, which is their leather conditioner, which is going to be used after cleanse, which is their leather cleaner. Pink Sheen, which is their satin dressing for the interior plastic, so it's not going to leave that horrible dealership sort of shiny finish. It's going to leave a nice new sheen finish onto the surface. Also got Crystal, which is their glass cleaner. This is my go-to. It's probably one of the best glass cleaners I've used. Doesn't streak whatsoever, and it's very good. And then we've also got Fab, which is one of the only products I haven't tried, and it's an all-purpose interior cleaner. So it'll be interesting to see what that is like today.
Yeah, that's pretty fab.
It's pretty fab. We've also got their DBS brush set. Now this is going to be perfect for dusting off the interior and also agitating any cleaners if we need to. So they're there ready to go in case we need them.
Perfect, let's get going. just been basically hoovering out the driver's side here, and Jamie's got like a brush thing. If you want to run through kind of what that does or what you do with it.
Yeah, so it isn't a toilet brush before anyone says. It's actually a really great tool for picking up very, very small bits of dirt in the carpet fibres. Obviously you do have to be quite aware where you're using this. Don't use it on obviously the glass or anything like that. But on carpets it's really great, especially for these bits here.
It kind of like picks it up and flicks on the surface,
yeah, it
doesn't
sort of just picks it up and flicks out. So obviously it's rotating that way, so you can pick it up and flick it out here. Now it does make a bit of a mess, but it's the perfect way of removing all the sort of little bits of sand, especially down here if you go into the beach. Do this and it's brilliant. It also does get rid of dog hair quite well, because it's fast brush motion. It's going to be picking it up and flicking it everywhere, which is actually quite good, because rather than it being underneath, it's bringing it onto the top of the surface so that you can hoover it up.
Lovely. So we've just done a bit of hoovering and kind of brushing and stuff like that on the interior. Now, if you can explain kind of what you're doing now.
Yeah, so now I'm just going in with Cleanse, which is AutoBrite's leather cleaner. Now this is going to remove all the oils that you get on your leather when you're sitting in your car, oils from your hands and everything like that. So it's going to remove them really nicely without damaging the leather. Now I'm sure you're the same, don't like shiny leather, doesn't look nice, it looks horrible and cheap. So this is going to get rid of that sheen, and then their leather conditioner is actually really good, because it adds those oils back into the leather which they need without adding like a shine. It adds a sheen, which is quite nice. So really easy product to use. Simply spray onto the leather or spray onto your brush, agitate lightly, and then simply buff away with your microfiber towel.
Lovely.
Really easy product, and works really well. And also with these grooves, especially for this kind of leather, with the grooves you do get a lot of muck in there.
Yeah.
So with a brush, it's not too soft. This is what AD's actual leather brush. Just go in, circular motion, up and down. Reason why you're trying to do that is trying to get right into the grooves and right into all the different places. But as you can see, you can actually see the foam change colour a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's just all the dirt and oils being picked up. And then you might see it on the microfiber, you might not, depending on how dirty it is, but you can sort of see
you can.
a little bit of dirt. Bearing in mind these are really clean seats as well.
We were just saying off camera that if you look at the difference of this compared to that before, you could see how like when you've cleaned it goes a bit like tighter. There's not as many creases and stuff in it, and it literally looks and feels. It actually feels proper nice. It feels really new. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's smooth, because obviously before smooth is like dirty, but like it feels like a new. It feels like a new sofa. Also, you'll find as well is you won't slide around your seat as much. Yeah, yeah. Because usually you're sliding all, you do,
all your bodily oils. So this sort of helps you, sort of stay in place nicely. Yeah. Really great cleaner.
Definitely. So what Jamie's going to do is going to do a quick sort of demo of what it does before and after. And what product are you using?
So we're using Cleanse, which is which is a gentle leather cleaner. So it's nice and gentle. Always test before you start cleaning in like an inconspicuous area, just in case it's going to remove any leather dye or anything. I've never had an issue, but it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just going in now. It will splat around a little bit, but nice bit of agitation. Let the product foam a little bit. As you can see, the foam is sort of going a little bit grey.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's sort of working in all of those things. You can then, after I've wiped this off in a moment, you can then go over it again if you want better results or you want to clean it again.
And what brush are you using?
The AutoBrite Direct leather brush. Yep, so now I'm just going to remove this with a microfiber, and as you can see,
hopefully you can tell on camera, but you can, it's complete, like, obviously you'll see it with an actual line in a second, but I can genuinely see that. That looks way better.
I'm only going to clean it once just to demonstrate. Now, as you can see,
you literally can. There. Look at, I mean, if you block the sun, right there is matte, there is shiny. Hopefully you can see that on camera, but that's actually a big difference, isn't it?
Also, I'm going to do this bit here, just quickly. I'm going to do this butt cheek part, and then not do the other, and then simply go in with your microfiber and wipe away.
It kind of evaporates, doesn't it?
It does sort of evaporate after, so then flip your microfiber and just buff it away. And as you can see, hopefully on camera,
it's got rid of the bum.
It's got rid of the shine as well.
Yeah.
So the leather looks a lot cleaner. Also almost looks brand new. So the leather is now clean, and I'm not even joking. Like, this is not for the camera or nothing. I've
genuinely super impressed at how good this has come out. It feels like new leather, and it feels like something you'd feel in the showroom, and it feels like when I got the car, they must have cleaned it whatever before, but it's unreal. So what we're going to do now is going to use the AutoBrite, what's it actually called?
It's called Revive.
Revive, and it's like a leather conditioner, isn't it? So try and protect the leather.
Yeah, so it's going to stop it sort of cracking or anything like that. It's going to add a sheen but not a shine. So apply it and then sort of buff away. And this is just obviously gonna protect the leather once again. Now, as you can see, it's not like a showroom shine or anything like that. It's not going to be a greasy feel. It's just going to also add a little bit of, what I personally find adds a little bit of depth to it as well. So as you can see, that's completely protected, and it doesn't really look any different.
It looks no different.
Exactly, which is what's quite nice, because nobody, or many people, don't like shiny leather, me and you included in that.
Yeah, I hate
and this is just going to protect it, especially from cracking and stuff. Inevitably, it probably will crack at some point. This is obviously going to increase the amount of time before it does start to degrade, especially, you know, you keep on top of it. It's one of those things.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I've done most of the interior now. I'm now just going to move on to the interior plastics. So I'm going to be using the Fab, which, as Brett said at the beginning, I'm sure is going to be fab. So never used this product, so this is going to be the first time using it. So simply just going to wipe on, because these surfaces aren't extremely bad. I don't need to agitate it with a brush. Brett isn't too dirty with his car, which is always nice. Like that, and then I'm just going to always flip the towel and just buff away. That smells nice.
Smells good.
It smells really good. So also going to get this here. I can always see some like white. You see that white stuff in the thing, so I might load up DBS brush, which is this brush here. Just gently go over.
Just to get in the cracks.
Just to get in the crevices. I'm just going to see that if that will take that away. It's definitely reduced it. I don't know if that's just me. Yeah, so I can go around all of the interior plastics now with Fab, just wiping them down, and yeah, it's just going to get rid of any sort of, especially down here, when you're getting in and out of the car, it's going to remove that nice and easily. Yeah, I've noticed actually why you're doing that. Look how faded that is. Yes. That's awful, isn't it? That is. I'll tell you what, we got a product later that might be able to solve that. So
nice.
We'll have a look.
I've never actually noticed that. I think it's because it's a sunny day.
Yes.
But it doesn't look good, that.
No. Also, as you can see, it's picked up, once again, more sand. So in this instance, I will probably hoover again. Nice one. So now we're going to go in with Pink Sheen, another product I've never used. So apparently, spray onto a microfiber towel and then wipe over the surface. It will leave an as new finish, and it's just like an interior dressing. So to protect the plastics and everything like that. A lot of black plastics can fade over time. So this will. Smells quite nice.
It does smell very good, actually. I think that's the thing with AutoBrite, they always try and make their products smell good, don't
they? The products do smell really, really good.
If you remember, guys, I used what they call it?
Magifoam custard.
Magifoam custard.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It does smell really, really nice.
Looked and smelled like custard. It was unreal. So if you are enjoying this video so far, make sure you do leave a like, rate, and also comment and subscribe. It's very nice to be able to film someone else do it for a change, because obviously I can get better angles and stuff like that, as I said before. But honestly, I've never had sort of work done by Jamie before, and like I'm pretty impressed so far. At the end, I'll give you like a full tour and stuff like that, but we're still on the interior, bear in mind. It's the outside which gets really exciting. So the interior is now done, and all I'm going to say is, wow, I don't think this car has even been this clean, even when I bought the car. Like, it is unreal. I don't know if it's just because someone else has done it, I don't know, but nah, he's definitely, the way he's gone with it, and he's literally used like a little tool around the line, like, it is so clean. It smells lush, like, smells incredible. It's just so clean. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get on with the outside. This is the bit I'm most excited for, and this is where we're going to use the most products. So Jamie will be back in a moment, but we've got all different like brushes and stuff, different mitts. Obviously you've got the wash and rinse buckets. We've got all different products down here. Some of these you might remember from my video. We've used that before. We've used that one. We've used that one. The rest of them we haven't used yet, but I'm super excited to see what these do on the car. So yeah, let's wait for Jamie. He'll give a bit of a better run through, and then get clean the beast. But please do let me know if you're actually enjoying this kind of video, because like we might make it another thing. We might come up another day or whatever and we'll do something else to the car. I'm sure different companies will want to work with us again, or even AutoBrite. We could do different tutorials, because obviously, you know, I like car detailing, but to have someone who's a little bit more experienced than I am and stuff like that, and who does it as a living, does really help. And like, we could do all different stuff. We could take the wheels off, do a detail, all different stuff. So let me know in the comments down below.
Okay, so as you have just seen, we have done the interior. It's looking immaculate. The leather is looking amazing.
I'm super happy with it, honestly.
The leather looks so good.
Yeah.
So we've got all of our products lined up here. I want to say all of the products. I'll probably use a couple more as we go through, but this is sort of our basis. Instead of using Magifoam custard today, I've actually loaded up normal Magifoam in the snow foam cannon, down to the reason that while you're using it is when the weather's hot, the flies really like it. So in this instance, I'm just going to use normal Magifoam, loaded up in the AutoBrite snow foam cannon, and all of our products are laid out here. So we're going to start off with the wheels. They're the most dirtiest part of the car.
Yep.
And then we're going to go on with a pre-wash using citrus wash, and go on from there using each of our buckets. Yep. On the way. So got our wheel bucket there.
Like a wash, rinse, and then wheels.
Exactly, yeah. So 3 buckets, obviously to keep the dirt down. So once this has been out, I'm going to put some shampoo in here in a moment. This goes onto the vehicle. Then I can go into this wash bucket, this rinse bucket, wash off the mitt, and then go back in here, which means this bucket here will be dirty and this bucket here will be clean. Yep. I've got 3 wash mitts, which is a bit overkill, but better to be safe than sorry. So this one here and this one here is going to be used for the upper portions. And then this one right here, which is their synthetic lambswool mitt, is going to be used for the lower portions.
Yes, I've never done that before. I've never used different mitts for different levels of the car.
It's a bit over the top. It might just be me being completely mad, but I find it works a little bit better and reduces the amount of dirt you're dragging around the car.
Another thing. Can you explain what that is? That isn't a normal.
It isn't a normal pressure washer, not for a person to have. It's like a normal person. This is the Kranzel K10 122 TS, which stands for total stop. It's a bit of a beast.
And it's run off. It's like an engine, isn't it? It's run off oil.
No, well, so it has oil in it to lubricate it, but it is run off the mains. So it has a oil change every month.
Guys, just take this in. A pressure washer that gets an oil change every month.
Yeah, it's like my baby. So it is an absolute beast.
And it's heavy.
It weighs about 25 kilos. It's 95 decibels, I believe. Sorry, 91 decibels says there. Yeah, 23 kilos. There you go. If you're in the industry, you want a really good pressure washer that will last you from years to come. That is your machine right there. Okay?
And what's the difference between that and like a Karcher?
So all of the components on this are metal. So unlike Karchers where you have pressure relief valves breaking, I started off with a 19-year-old Karcher. Nothing wrong with it. It worked perfectly. Just died after 19 years. This thing I can see lasting me a huge amount of time. I'm also going to get different seals changed each year to keep it in tip-top condition. But yeah, ask anyone, and that's like the BMW of. It is German made and it's heavy.
It is heavy.
It is very heavy.
It's a big old boy.
It's a big old boy.
So we've done all 3 wheels. We're now going to leave the last one to do it kind of on camera and go through Jamie's steps of what he does.
Yeah, so we did start going in with Bright Gel, and I determined that they were too bad for Bright Gel, so I'm just going to go straight in with AutoBrite Direct's Purple Rain, which is their iron fallout remover. So this is going to break down all of the iron deposits that are in the wheel and also on the caliper and everywhere else. It does smell, but that is part of it. It's supposed to smell.
They all smell.
They all smell horrid. But yeah, they do work really, really good, and it's going to aid breaking down all of that iron contamination. So spray it on, leave it for as long as almost like you can. You know, no longer than 5 minutes, especially with this weather. You don't want it drying on your paint. And as you can see, it will turn purple to show you that it's doing its thing.
That one over there was really bad.
It was very, very bad.
It was very bad.
And the thing with these wheels is they're quite intricate in the fact that that spoke, you go behind it and it's still got a divot. But we'll clean them up as best as we can, and hopefully at some point we'll take them off and
get them coated.
So yeah, that'll be really good.
But
yeah, leave that a couple minutes and then I'm going to go in and agitate around.
Lovely. So that is the wheels all done, looking really nice. So now we're going to go for it, as Jamie said, a cheeky pre-wash.
Cheeky pre-wash.
Cheeky pre-wash.
We're going to go in with citrus wash. This can be used neat, it can also be diluted. So what I'm going to be doing is spraying mostly the lower portions of the car because that's where it gets the dirtiest.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm going to go in with magic foam and snow foam the rest of the car.
Do you keep the that cleaner on it as well?
I sort of layer the magic foam over it. I find it will work a little bit better. Some people will spray it on and then rinse it off.
Yep.
Everyone sort of has a different method in detailing, you know.
There's never like a wrong way.
No, there's never really a right or wrong. It's just people do things differently. So I'm going to do that, and then obviously because it is quite hot, we need to be quite cautious of how long we leave the magic foam on because we don't really want products drying on the car. So spray this on the lower half, and then we can move on.
Sure.
Yeah, you can load this up in the snow foam cannon.
Okay.
And it works quite well. Does foam up quite nice. As well, load it up in a foaming sprayer. Works quite well. Now this isn't going to do a lot to these, but you'd be surprised how much dirt it can actually break down. This is also great for bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll take care of bugs, splats, especially on the front end. Because we know what you and animals are like on the front end, don't we?
Yes, we do.
That's 1, 2. The difference is with flies, they don't break your radiator.
I know, they don't break my radiator, you're right.
Yeah, so we've just rinsed off the first snow foam and pre-wash, and the car's come up looking really, really good just from an initial snow foam. Now I'm just going to go around in all of these sort of nooks and crannies with a very, very soft brush. That's not going to do any damage. Just in all of these parts, as you will find greenery will build up over time.
Yeah, sure.
So although that you might look and think that's not going to do a lot now, well, if you do that every time you wash it, nothing will ever really build up in there.
Sure.
So it's keeping on top of it, and then all of the intricate areas such as the grill and everything like that, keep on top of it, and just give it a quick brush over every time you wash it. And yeah, so we're going to do this, rinse it off, and then we'll be ready to shampoo the car.
Perfect. So the pre-wash kind of snow foam stage is done, and we've also kind of started the exhaust tips, which we're going to do some like polish on, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm going to see if we've got enough time to do polishing. I'm sure we will, and they'll come up really nice. Shampoo, we're going to be using Purple Velvet. One of the first AutoBrite products I tried, I bought 500 millilitres, which is the same as this, and although I've used other shampoos and I continue to use other shampoos, it's lasted me about a year. You really don't need a lot. It smells amazing and it does a really good job. It's got a lot of lubricity in it as well. So yeah, chuck some in the bucket and let's get washing. I'm going to start with the flat mitt. So with this one here, it's a pad rather than a mitt. Some people like to apply shampoo directly on. Have you ever done that?
Nope.
It's brilliant. It adds, once again, lubricity, and it also foams up a little bit better as well.
Yep.
So I've added it directly onto the mitt. Can obviously start at the top, and literally no downward pressure, just moving it back and forth. Okay,
Sure.
Now because we've done a really good pre-wash on this car, it's really not dirty at all.
No.
So it does just need to glide across like that. Okay, no downward pressure, and then you can always flip it over if and when you want, and then do the other side. Obviously switching each side of your mitt. And once you've done half a panel, depending how dirty it is, go straight into your rinse bucket and rinse your mitt off good and proper to make sure you're not putting any dirt back onto the car. And over the course of the wash, this bucket here will reduce the amount of water inside, and this one here will fill up. So once again, going to go in with this one, nice sudsy, and start on the top on the other side, just like that, moving back and forth in lines, not circles. I'm sure you do that.
Yeah, I do.
Reason being, lines can only be seen from one or two angles. Circles can be seen from near enough every angle.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, also lines are a little bit easier to remove sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time,
yeah, true.
but sometimes, and also lines can only be seen from certain angles, especially on the doors. Some people go up and down because when you're stood here you can't see it as much as if it was horizontal.
Yeah.
But that's just maybe detailers being really pedantic about it.
Yeah, sure.
But as you can see, with 3 mitts, always be extra cautious. So obviously this mitt here is for sort of the roof, the bonnet, and also the windows, and then I'll use another mitt for the middle section of the car, and then another mitt for the lower half. And it just breaks up sort of how much dirt is potentially going to get on the mitt. So once again, preventing scratches and swirls, which is what our aim is really.
Now Jamie's done the contact wash, we're basically going around and doing some fallout remover on the bottom sort of seals area, because I have done this sort of a few weeks back, but it doesn't hurt to go over with it again, and you'll probably find there's loads still left on there anyway, but we're doing it sort of one side at a time due to obviously the sun, isn't it?
It's bright.
Yeah, you don't want to
don't want to
let that dry.
No, not at all. So we've just done the iron decontamination. We're now moving on to the tar removal. As you can see, there's a couple of spots of tar just here, so we're going to use just the tonic, and we're just going to spray onto the tar.
Oh, you can see that, yeah.
And you'll be able to see in a moment's time that all of this will start. There you go. It's just started running down.
Yeah.
Now the key with tar removal is sort of little bites. Not all the time you'll be able to remove the entire piece of tar. It's all about taking that top layer off each time until it reduces down. So yeah, just the tonic is the way to go. It's really good at removing tar. Make sure the panel's sort of dry. It works a lot better that way. And then go in.
It's less dilute,
yeah, it doesn't dilute itself too much.
Sure, yeah.
And then go in with your microfiber towel and just gently remove that top layer. So
that bigger bit's still there, but the rest is all gone.
Just go over, and and that top layer, that bigger bit is removed. Apply a little bit more. And obviously,
you can smell it. You can smell it's doing good.
You got to be careful, sort of, with the microfiber, not pushing too hard because these aren't really deep pile. But sort of go over, wait for it to start pulling down, and then go over. The important thing about this is make sure you rinse it off afterwards. As I believe it can soften the paint, so just be cautious to get it all rinsed off afterwards.
Sure, yeah.
And then, as I said, keep biting away at it, and before long you will have it completely removed. It can be quite time consuming. However, it's worth it for the end result.
So yeah, it feels smooth as well.
Definitely, yeah.
So Jamie has now gone over with a drying towel and done sort of 80% of it, and he's going to go round with his below, basically like a glorified like a hair dryer basically, and go in like the nooks and crannies. That's the word of today. Nooks and crannies, yeah. And get all the little bits. So we've gone around with the blower and also the drying towels. So now it's on to
pre-wax cleanser.
Pre-wax cleanser.
Yeah. So it's quite similar to a clay bar.
Yeah.
It's going to remove a little bit of contamination that's on the car.
And what is it? It's not polished, is it?
It's not really a polish. It's more of like a cleanser, like you'd use for your face. So it's going to clean the paint up.
Ready for the wax.
Yeah. So they've actually specially designed this to work with their wax.
Yeah.
So they will bond together really, really well.
Sure,
so this will remove sort of minor swirls and stuff. So it's almost like a bit of a compound, but doesn't have the abrasiveness to do anything like that.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, it's applied exactly the same as a polish. So apply a couple dots onto your applicator, and then just circular motions. Polishing and waxing is the only time you should really be going in circular motions, because you know the car's clean.
Yeah.
So just like that, and also smells of Jaffa cakes, which is always nice.
Oh my god, it does!
Yeah, it smells really good.
God.
So just circular motions.
Polish it into a complete...
Yeah, so wait till it goes a little bit transparent, and then you can go in and buff it off.
Sure.
Yeah, this will make the red pop.
Yeah. So the car has come along really, really nicely. The last few stages is the wax. Now, it's an AutoBrite wax, isn't it?
It is indeed. This is one of their blends wax, so it's a really good car removal wax. Never used it before, which is why I don't know how it opens.
Oh wow.
That is.
Does it smell good? Oh yeah, lemony lime.
Oh yeah, it's like a zesty sort of thing. And as you can see, the blends applicator fits in there perfectly. With wax, you really don't need a lot, so we're just gonna do like a quarter turn and then apply it to the car.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Let's go. guys, look at this, yeah? Before, after. Like, in person, that's literally night and day. It looks like new. Super happy. And that is with, like, a, what is it?
AutoBrite Direct Metalworks.
Metalworks from AutoBrite.
Metal polish. And it's the only metal polish I use. It's brilliant. And as you can see, the results are really good.
I mean, yeah.
They're not absolutely perfect, but that's just me being
it took like 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that. That's going to look well good when the other one's done. So we've pretty much done everything else now. We're on to the last bit, aren't we?
Yeah, so we're just going to be dressing the tyres. This is well dressed with a trim and tyre gel. So it can be used on exterior trim, plastic trim, and also the tyres, as we're going to use it here. So pretty much just a couple of dots on an applicator, and then just spread it around the tyre. Now it will take a little while just to sort of prime the applicator, is what I'd say. And then you can go around. Now these tyres are clean, but as you can see, there's still black coming off of it. But we did clean them like twice.
It's pretty impossible to get clean.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the dyes and everything else in a tyre. But yeah, always use a manky applicator for this, because it will get sort of destroyed, as I think you've done in the past.
Yeah, I've destroyed a few.
But yeah, you can get a nice sheen, and it just darkens the tyres up.
Yep.
Especially with this car, obviously you've got the black accent colour, so it's going to go really, really well.
So guys, there we have it. 6.5 hours later, we finally done. Well, Jamie's finally done the car. Now I just want to say a massive thank you for getting this all sorted. Basically, he sorted all this out with AutoBrite and everything, and all I'm going to say is fantastic products, fantastic service. I'm super happy with that. You guys, if you wait for just a couple of seconds, you'll be able to see the car. I'll give you kind of a montage, but yeah, honestly, it's been great.
No,
make sure you go ahead and follow J.S. Detailing. Links down in the description. And also just go give him a message. Any inquiries? He's based here in Cornwall, so and he might be going mobile in the future. He's not too sure. But yeah, any inquiries? Shoot him a message. Go on his Instagram and comment to say you came from me, because he'll be posting loads of stuff and behind the scenes of what we've done today as well. But other than that, make sure you leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe. And I shall catch you guys very soon on a brand new video. But once again, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Nice one.